Hello and welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at stryscan.com/CASDANY. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Syracuse University.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to share my screen real quickly here. There you go. So my name is Tammy Blue Wolf Kennedy. I'm one of the admissions counselors here. I'm also the Native American liaison. So I work real closely with the Indigenous programming that we have on campus. This is a lovely picture of campus. We are in upstate New York and we are right in the city of Syracuse. We're not a closed campus, but as you can see, still plenty of green and trees all over the place. This is the dome. This has been completely renovated and it kind of looks like there's a roller coaster on top, but that's actually holding the roof up. And all new food, all new furnishings in there. And the thing that I'm most excited about is we finally have air conditioning in there. So we are a four-year private university. We have roughly 15,000 undergraduate students and about 4,000 grad students, about 1,500 part-time students. All these little orange dots kind of show where all our students are coming from. We have a really wide range of students on campus. And I think one of those, that's the reason why I think our campus is really as vibrant as it is really having that mix of different geographic groups and ethnic groups and socioeconomic groups. So we do have 9 different undergraduate colleges, 2 graduate colleges, and a part-time college. We have over 200 different majors and 100 different minors. So there's a lot for you to choose from here. Over here on the side of the screen here, you can see some of our rankings here. And with all of our different colleges, with the ones that have the little orange asterisk after it, those are the colleges that you can apply to undecided. And we really don't think of you as being undecided completely. We really kind of think of you as being multi-decided because you do have several different things you're interested in. You just may not be sure which one you want to focus on, and that is completely okay. It is super easy to double major, to minor, and take your electives across colleges and programs. So you can really take advantage of really kind of the depth and breadth that SU is able to offer with all of these different programs. The programming is intentionally flexible so that you can pull in these different classes and in a lot of ways help you kind of build your own program within your field of interest because you can pull in all of these different classes. We are an R1 research university, and if you're not familiar with that term, Carnegie goes through and rates colleges on the number of internships and research projects that they provide for their students, their faculty and staff, and the amount of funding that's provided for that as well. We're one of I think it's like 130 colleges in the United States that has that ranking. So you will have a multitude of opportunities to do internships, to do research when you come in as a freshman. You don't need to wait until the end of your program for this. And it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to your program. It could be in something that you think you might be interested in as well. So there's, again, a lot of flexibility here for you. We have a career services department that is personalized for you, for your program, with a specific counselor that's going to help you really kind of figure out exactly what your future career path is going to be. And again, it is personalized. We also have one of the top 10 study abroad programs in the country. We're number 7 right now. We have 5 sites that we own and operate ourselves, but we also have partnerships with like 60 other colleges around the world too. And we have short and long-term options here. And it really depends on your particular program and how you build it into your schedule. You could go for the summer, spring break, winter break. You could go for a semester, you could go for a year. Again, it really depends on your particular program. Whatever financial aid you get to come to SU, that's going to follow you abroad to our 5 sites. And you are earning SU credits taught by SU professors. And there's SU faculty and staff stationed right there with you. So it's not like we plunk you down in the middle of Madrid and say, see you next semester. You're going to have a lot of guidance and a lot of supports there for you. So these are some pictures of campus and some of our community. This picture down here in the lower corner, of course, is pre-COVID. This is a picture of students in the dome. We do call it the Loud House. And when we're playing big games there, having big concerts there, you kind of see the sea of orange in there, which is really pretty cool. There's always something going on. It's a very active campus. There's over 300 different student clubs and organizations that you could join. If you're interested in Greek life, we have that as well. Probably about 30% of our students will join a fraternity or a sorority. Again, we have students from all over the country that come. We also have the Barnes Center at the Arch, and this is a relatively new building. We've really kind of pulled in all the different resources and supports we provide for our students into this one building. So it's this integrated, consolidated health and wellness center. Student services, rec services, counseling services. There is an 80-foot rock climbing wall. There's workout equipment and a pool. There's a pet therapy room and a mind spa. So everything you could possibly need to be kind of happy and healthy in your mind and in your body to help you be successful academically is going to be in this building. We also have the Shine Student Center, which has been completely renovated, just brand new. All new dining options, all new furnishings inside. And it also has our intercultural collective in there. And this is the Office of Multicultural Affairs, the LGBTQ Cultural Center, and our Disability Cultural Center. And we also have a Disability Resource Center. And then I do like to point out the difference between these two. But the Disability Resource Center, this is really for those students who may need that extra academic support. You would go to the Resource Center for that. With the Disability Cultural Center, this is really a cultural center that is raising awareness about disability culture and really kind of working to get rid of that stigma that is sometimes attached there. And again, this is right in Shine, which is the heart of campus for us, and provides all of these supports and services for our students. So I know I went through that really, really fast, but what it takes to actually apply to Syracuse University, you will need a common application, 2 teacher recs, guidance counselor recommendation, and a personal essay. If you are applying early decision for next year now, the deadline is November 15th every year. We have just found out today that we are offering early decision 2. And regular decision is January 1st. We are test optional for fall 22, and we do a very holistic application review. Every student automatically is considered for merit award. And if I'll put my contact information in the chat box, but wow, that 6 minutes went really, really fast. So thank you for joining us, and I will stop sharing my screen now. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function to ask questions of any of our schools here during the presentations. Up next, we have University at Buffalo.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Julie. I'm an admissions counselor here at the University of Buffalo. First of all, just thank you for joining me today. And hopefully we can get all those questions answered for you guys. But like she said, 6 minutes goes fast, so let's get going. So I like to get things started off with some of the different stats that UB has. So we have been voted again this year as the #1 public university in New York State. We also again this year have been voted the top 40 public university, and that one is nationally. We're also a top 25 school amongst US institutions for enrolling the largest number of international students. And something that I'm really proud of is that we are one of only 66 institutions with membership in the Association of American Universities. That's also known as the AAU. And what's so special about that is that we actually get the best of the best professors. They're at the top of their field, seeking out institutions in this organization. So you get the best of the best. Only the students benefit from that prestigious status. And so let's get kind of like a breakdown of what UB kind of looks like. What is its profile? So here at UB, we have about 32,000 total students on campus. Breaking that number down, we have about 22,000 undergraduates with 10,000 grad students. We do have 48 states represented on campus, 102 countries, and we're pretty much a 50-50 split between men and women. So to answer some of the common questions, yes, we are a very diverse university, so many people with so many different backgrounds. And yes, we are a large institution. We're actually the largest public institution, largest SUNY institution. So it's really amazing to be able to see how many students are able to make that big campus feel small by the way they get involved in different clubs, different activities, how involved they even get to that specific program that you're really interested in. On the flip side, it's really hard for a smaller school to feel large by the way that because we are larger, there's more opportunities for research, for hands-on experiences, internships, practicums, and study abroad. And all those options are brought to you here at UB starting as a freshman. So you have nothing but options here at UB. And like I had said before, we are part of the AAU, which something we are really big about is our research intensiveness. So starting as a freshman, like I was saying, day one, every single student has the opportunity to get involved in research opportunities. And that's every single program. It does not have to be specific to the STEM. Every single student can get involved and start making that resume look really thick. So once you do graduate, you're super competitive in that job market. So here at UB, we have over 140 undergraduate programs. We actually have the most programs available of any school in New York. We also have over 55 combined degrees. So that's a combination of your undergrad and master's. So you actually would leave here with a master's degree in a shorter period of time. We, on top of that, have 220 master's degrees and 95 PhD programs. So if you know exactly what you want to study or you're not sure yet, chances are that program can still be right here for you at the University of Buffalo. So what you see on the screen here are the 13 schools and colleges which make up UB. So again, this makes up our undergrad, our professional, and even our graduate schools. So even if you are looking for a graduate or professional level in your college search, chances are we still have that program that you're looking for at those higher levels as well. So definitely check out our course catalog. I can put that link in the chat box after this. But that is a wealth of information that shows all the programs that we offer and everything you need to know about it. And one thing we are very proud of is our unbeatable value, because we're really big about our research and our academics. But another thing that you want to think about with your college search is the affordability as well. So here at UB, we offer more than $360 million in scholarships and financial aid annually to our students. We have a Finish in 4 program. What that program does is it makes us have a commitment to you that you will graduate in 4 years. If you do not, we're going to flip the bill. Any additional costs afterwards for tuition and fees will be on us because we are committing ourselves to you that you will graduate in 4 years here at UB. We are very, very well known for being a #1 public institution here in New York. So because of that, we have a high 4-year graduation rate and a low average student debt at graduation as well. So let's talk about clubs. We have over 400 different clubs and activities. Those go from academic and professional based that you want to put on a resume to meeting new people, socializing, diversity, cultural, dance, music. We are also a D1 school, or both are in the MAC conference, which is the Mid-American Conference. The picture you see on the screen is our True Blue Club. They're the energetic, enthusiastic student fan base. They attend all the home events. They're the ones with the face painting going crazy at the games. But if you are looking to play a sport, but maybe not the D1 level, we have tons of club level sports as well. So you can still get involved, still work toward a championship, but not at that D1 level. So a lot of things that students also need to think about when applying to colleges and making that final decision is, where is the school? So we also want to think about the city itself. So Buffalo is known for being America's favorite, America's friendliest, and we're super affordable. And we're the second largest right after New York City, of course. But some of the things you do want to think about is what is everything that looks into that application. So definitely here at UB, we use that holistic review. So we look at everything, not just grades or SAT scores. We look at everything. Believe me, your application gets read, it gets thoroughly read and read twice. So definitely check us out here at the University of Buffalo.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Wagner College.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining again. Also, just want to apologize in advance if you hear my dog howling in the background. All right. Alrighty. So my name is Stephanie Caro. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Wagner College. I am also an alum, and over the course of this presentation, I'm going to go over a few fast facts as well as the admissions process and requirements. So Wagner College is a small private liberal arts college located on Staten Island, New York. Staten Island is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City. We are located on a 105-acre campus. It's a very traditional campus with lots of beautiful trees, lawns, and beautiful, beautiful buildings. It really gives that wonderful traditional college atmosphere. And we are literally just a hop and a skip away from Manhattan. So you truly get the best of both worlds. We have about 1,800 undergraduate students and 375 graduate students. But even though we are a smaller student body, we have a very diverse campus. We have students from 45 different states and 29 different countries. And as an incoming freshman, that is something that I was looking for. I was looking to join a college that had a very diverse background so that I can make friends from various different cultural backgrounds and from all over the world. So Wagner College really did provide that for me. And even though we have a good portion of students from the tri-state area from New York State, the majority of those students still live on campus. About 82% of students will live on campus. And even if that student is from Brooklyn or from New Jersey, they will live on campus because we have a very vibrant atmosphere. Within the classroom, you'll have about 19 to 22 students with the cap at 32. And the ratio between faculty and student is just 14:1. So we do not have any large lecture halls, which also is something that was really appealing to me as an incoming freshman. We do have over 40 majors and minors. And the majority of the majors can be utilized as minors, and there's always the opportunity to dual major. And we're always adding to this list of majors upon popular demand. So something to keep in mind as well. Some of our more popular majors are biology, nursing, business education, psychology, arts administration. Our 2 most competitive are theater performance and physician assistant. Some of our newer programs are health sciences, sports administration, music education, dance education as well. So campus life. Like I said, we do have a very vibrant campus. We have over 70 student-led clubs and organizations. We're Division I athletics with 26 athletics teams. Our newest team is men's swimming and diving. We have Greek life on campus, 4 sororities, and 3 fraternities. About 15 to 20% of students will participate in Greek life. Our theater performance program is ranked number 3 in the nation. We've never dropped below 5. Like I said, it's very competitive. We do put on 4 major musicals a year on our main stage. And we also put on 4 to 6 smaller productions a year on our smaller stage. All theater performances are free for students, and you'll find that they really do draw a big attention, and we get attendees from all over the US. And also, I don't believe I mentioned, but of course, athletics events are free for students as well. So we're very big on school and team spirit. Here at Wagner, we're also heavily involved in civic engagement and community service. A lot of the courses kind of integrate that as well. And like I said, we're so close to Lower Manhattan. We have a free shuttle that will pick students up on campus. It runs from about 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. every day, picks up twice every hour, and it's about an 8-minute drive to the Staten Island ferry. You can hop on the ferry from there, which is also free, and it's about a 20-minute boat ride into Lower Manhattan. Students take full advantage of this close proximity, best of both worlds, anywhere for entertainment to internships. Some internship opportunities are with JP Morgan Chase, Sony, Viacom. I personally interned at Nickelodeon in the casting and talent relations department. There's tons of opportunities, and our Career and Academic Center on campus is there to support you 100% with finding internships and jobs. So admissions deadlines and requirements. So an average GPA that we look for is a 3.5 out of 4.0 or 89, 90% out of 100. We are test optional, so you do not need to share a test score if you do not want to submit one. The only exception for that is with our physician assistant program. We do need to see a test score for that. So average ACT is 26 and 1200 for our SAT. We have two major deadlines. Early action is December 1st. It's also the specific deadline for physician assistant, theater performance, and theater design, tech, and management. And February 15th is our regular decision deadline as well. I do just want to backtrack a little bit and say that if you apply by December 1st, even though it's early action for all the other programs aside from those three, it's non-binding. So it just means you'll receive your decision around Christmas time. And we do require interviews for our physician assistant, theater design, tech, and management, and auditions for theater performance. Looks like we are running out of time. I will say that we provide up to $28,000 in merit scholarship, and we do urge that all students apply for financial aid through the FAFSA. About 90 to 95% of students will not pay the sticker price of Wagner College. Here are some various ways to get in touch. And I also will say that if you follow Wagner Admissions on Instagram, send us a DM with some questions. We will send you a application fee waiver code. All right, I'll drop my contact info in the chat, and thanks so much.
Fantastic, thank you. And a quick reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here at any time during the presentations. Up next, we have Marist College.
Thank you. So I'm just going to share my screen really quick. Of course, thank you guys for having me and Marist here. I know I can speak for all my colleagues when I say that we really appreciate the opportunity. And I will present this and we can start. So, of course, this is Marist College. And this is actually just a quick note, a picture taken right from the front of our library, which is has a great view of the river, which is really nice. Probably should introduce myself first. So my name is Nicholas Gerard, and I am an admission counselor at Marist College. And I actually was a student there as well. So I feel like it gives me a unique perspective to kind of answer really any kinds of questions you may have about anything related to Marist, of course. So getting started, we do have this quick drone footage video, which really just gives you kind of a view of our campus and a little bit of what's going on. So being that we are located right by the river, our campus is really oriented towards it. So most of the buildings will have riverfront views. We have a park right on the river, which students will hang out at, maybe eat lunch, things like that. And we are located in Poughkeepsie, New York. So the area is great for things like state parks, and we have like a ton of different opportunities with those. We also are by CIA, which is the Culinary Institute. So restaurants there are really nice as well. And really, you just get a ton of different opportunities to interact with both our community on campus as well as the larger community around, which is really nice. So just some quick facts about Marist College. We are a small to mid-sized institution, so we have just over 5,500 undergraduate students. This number could vary a little bit, but generally that's a good bet, is about 5,500 per year. We have a number of different majors available, and we do have just over 900 graduate students as well, comprising 15 different graduate programs. So there's definitely a nice variety of educational backgrounds and experience levels on campus. As you can see by our state and country figures listed below, we do have a very diverse campus as well, which is great because one of the things we really like to emphasize is diversity and inclusion. You know, this is going to be your home for 4 years. So in no way, shape, or form should you ever really be uncomfortable or out of place or anything like that. And I'm happy to say that'll never be the case, and the community really is great. Being that we are a small to mid-sized institution, we do have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio, along with an average class size of about 20 to 25 students. So you really get to get on a name-to-name basis with your professors, which is really great. They're a great resource for you, whether it be for internship opportunities or maybe writing a job referral. And they're all super highly educated as well, with about 77% of them having a PhD degree. And they all have taken their real-world experience that they've accumulated throughout their career and brought it to the classroom to teach you, which is really great. We are a highly residential campus as well. So we do have just over 96% of freshmen living on campus, with about 70% or so of students staying on campus for all 4 years. So as I mentioned, being that we are a small to mid-sized school, it really allows for you to make Marist a home, and the community will welcome you with open arms. And on the right of your screen, you can see two of the figures that we are most proud of. So on the top, we within 6 months of graduation, generally 97% of graduates are either employed or enrolled in graduate school. And of course, this speaks to their hard work and dedication, but I also think it speaks to the support services that we have to offer our students. Our career services department is a really useful aid for your time at Marist and beyond. We even have adults coming back 20, 30 years later to get more help, which is great. They'll do things like resume services for you, mock interviews, even have a couple career fairs per year, and they even send out internship opportunities sorted by major every single Friday generally. So you could be in your room, like in your pajamas, and click on them, which is really great. On your screen, we do have our majors listed. For more specific information on any major, you can of course ask a question and I can answer it to the best of my ability. Or on our website, you can find a detailed blurb describing every single major and its subsets. So for more information, I would definitely direct you toward there. And we do have like another quick video, which is really just showing off some of the facilities we have available to our students. So at Marist College, we believe in the integration of theory and practice in the classroom, which is really just a fancy way of saying that we want you to learn and then be able to apply that knowledge towards real world experiences. Of course, we do have a burgeoning study abroad program as well. And you can go to one of 70+ different destinations across the world, including our fully fledged campus in Italy, which is really cool. And we do really emphasize internships as well, being that, you know, you want to accumulate that valuable experience during your time in college so you're as best prepared as you really can be once you leave. So we have a ton of different connections with different companies that'll help you do that, along with our internship team and coordinators. We also do, of course, have facilities for every single major, like I mentioned, and you get to use these to really, just like I said, generate that real world experience to either put on your resume or just better hone the skills that you learned in the classroom to be as well prepared as you possibly can for whatever lies beyond. We do have a ton of different things going on campus as well, whether that be different theater programs, organizational events, music, sports, really whatever you want to find on campus, you'll be able to, which is really great. And again, really speaks to that home feeling that we want you to be able to be a part of and really feel. In terms of deadlines, we do have 3 different deadlines. Of course, our November 15th just passed, but we do have a second early decision deadline, February 1st, along with a regular decision on March 1st. And in terms of some of the figures for admitted students, generally we have our admitted students being about a 3.1 to 3.7 GPA. However, I've seen students getting below or above. And my favorite part about our process is that we are test optional. So if you want to send them, that's great. And if you don't, just as great. And the acceptance rate is basically the same for both. We do encourage you to visit us. And we do have in-person visits available along with virtual programs like you're on right now. And self-guided tours along with driving tours. So whatever's most comfortable for you is completely okay with us. And I will put my contact details in the chat, of course, but I really appreciate the time to share and speak. And like I said, let me know anything you guys need and I'll be able to help you out.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our institutions here today. Unfortunately, St. Thomas Aquinas College was unable to make it, but they do highly encourage you to check out their website for more information and to get in contact with their admissions counselors there. So thank you to our institutions that are here today. We will have you all now come back on screen for a few minutes while we have some Q&A. So I'll put our first question up on the screen here, and that is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you get to share your little nuggets of wisdom with all of our participants here today. So what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We'll go in the same order.
That would be me first. So I guess maybe the most important thing to take away when you're searching for colleges is to not worry about the sticker price right off the hop. If you find a college, you find a program that is just your heart's desire, apply to that college. You will have time from when you apply and you get admitted to when you receive your financial aid package to be able to make that decision whether to accept that offer or not. And you're not going to get that financial aid package until you apply and until you're admitted. So if you automatically discount any college or university that's really super expensive, you're kind of denying yourself opportunities, because again, you won't know what your financial aid package is until you apply and you get admitted. And whether you're applying early decision or regular decision, you're going to have time once you receive that financial aid package to decide if this is really going to work for you and for your family. And if it doesn't, then you have time to make other choices. But I would just leave yourself open for that. Like, don't worry about the sticker price right off the top.
So I actually have two little quick things that I definitely think that everyone should keep in mind is, first of all, this, like Nick was saying, this is going to be your home for 4 years, maybe more. So definitely think about the college. Can you call this place home for that time frame? And also think about the location that's around the college as well, because again, that's going to be your home. That's going to be your environment for that period of time. But second thing, and maybe more importantly as well, is if you get any denials, do not make that feel like that's your value. Schools hand out denials does not mean that you are not important, that you are not good enough. It's just that you are not what that school is looking for at that time. So definitely do not have those comparisons of a denial being your worth or your value, because you are worthy of a school out there. And it's us as a college to make sure that where you go, you're going to be successful at and leave with a great resume, with a great opportunity. And so do not compare the two of denial with your value and your worth.
My colleagues here are mentioning great points so far. I definitely agree 100% with looking for a college that you can make your home for the next 4+ years. I also want to mention not to be afraid to ask questions. Don't feel like you're bothering us. We want to hear from you. We want to answer your questions. We want to make this process a lot easier for you. So definitely wanted to mention that as well.
I would say, drawing from my personal experience, I have two different things that I would say. So the first, which is probably much more important than the second, is don't necessarily, this is maybe more relevant for the later parts, but don't let where your friends are going or what they're doing affect what you're going to do in terms of going to college or what program you're going to study. I had a lot of my friends who would go to certain universities, and just because they were in a friend group, the other ones would apply and maybe go there, even if that wasn't really where they wanted to go or that wasn't really what they wanted to study. So I would say, change can be daunting, and it might be frightening to really go far away from where you're from or from where your friends are. But that's kind of part of the college process. You're going to go to college, and I promise you'll meet friends. You'll meet a lot of new ones, and you won't lose touch with your old ones. You want to make sure that you do what's best for you and put yourself first, because it's easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing. And I would say, secondly, at least again, from really my personal experience, is this is a really stressful time. And I know I didn't make the decision for me until April 31st at like 11 p.m. But really, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, this is the first time in your career that you actually get a chance to choose what you want to learn or pick what you want to study. So while of course it is going to be a little bit stressful, and I can't just say, oh, it's fine, just make sure to have fun with it as well. Because like I said, this is your first chance to really be independent. So make sure you take advantage of it.
That is all fantastic advice. And I would add to that too, to stay organized. If you're applying, to many schools, there's lots of deadlines. There's application deadlines, early action deadlines, scholarship deadlines. And so you really want to keep organized. And so I would say, keep a spreadsheet or the notes app on your phone or a calendar, whatever works for you. Find that system. So that way you're keeping all those dates and deadlines really locked down, because those are usually hard and fast deadlines. So you want to make sure, when you need to apply and to get all that scholarship money. And then also along with that, to have a dedicated email that you're using to apply to colleges, but also make it a professional email. No Taylor Swift lover 2021, make it, sound something that sounds professional, but that also helps keep you organized, because you're not getting like spam or other things in your inbox. It keeps all of that really organized. So that's my 2 cents as well. We have time for more questions. So I'll go ahead and put our next question up on the screen here. And that is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? So you get a little more time to, plug a fun fact or just something you want our participants to leave remembering about your institution.
going in the same order? Just making sure. So I guess the one thing that I would want students to remember or to find out when you go to the website, because I know I had to talk really fast, is really the level of flexibility we have built into our programming and the amount of control that we put in your hands as soon as you get on campus. Sometimes some colleges, some programs, they kind of have your next 4 years kind of planned out for you, which is fine. It's not bad in any way. Here at SU, we really want you to be in control of what that looks like for you and for your career goals. So again, because all of the programs, curriculums are as flexible as they are, you get to pull in different classes from different programs from different colleges here at SU so that you can build your own program within the field you're interested in. I did my undergraduate and my graduate work here, and ultimately what I wanted was an Indigenous Studies degree, but SU doesn't offer that. But what I was able to do was really kind of take all that literary theory that I was studying and I applied it to some kind of historical or contemporary Indigenous issues. So that was all my research and conferences and presentations where I focused everything. And I don't think enough students realize that you will have that kind of control over what you research, and not just over what you research, but what you think about that research. I, as a former student, as an alum, that was one of the things that really made my academic experience here as good as it was.
So here at UB, University of Buffalo, we're of course really big about academics and making sure you're successful and prepared for life after college. But we also want to make sure that you have that balance between academics and social life and your time away to kind of de-stress. So for our students, we have our own lake that students can utilize, free canoeing. We have 64 acres of woods and we have a bike path. So you can just go get lost in nature, get away from everything. But we also have tons of events that we are always offering completely free for our students. So we usually have 2 major concerts completely free for our students. We have people like Bruno Mars, Lil Wayne, rock bands, all free for our students. We've had comedians come, distinguished speakers come. We just had a Olympic gold medalist for gymnast. She was just here talking to our students a couple days ago. And it's just, we've had politicians, athletes, actors, everybody you can think of come here, talk to our students. And we also have little things like we rent out our giant theater room and have a popcorn movie night. So we do silly things, and we have a huge mud fest every single year. Current students versus our alumni mud volleyball. Everyone gets really involved, and it's probably the most popular event that we have. So we're all about, of course, the academics and success, but also get away from it for a little bit and just be a kid, be silly.
I do want to mention that I know Wagner College is a bit more popular for specific majors such as the nursing, the physician assistant, theater performance, but I do just want to mention that we do have over 40 majors and minors that are terrific, and there's tons of different options for students to study. And because we have a smaller student body, we're able to be a bit more flexible and accommodate the students. So the students can truly make their own major if they like. And we really want to focus on their academics, and that also Wagner College truly provides the best of both worlds. We have that 105-acre traditional campus that truly is a great environment to make a home for the next 4+ years. But then we're also just right outside of Lower Manhattan. So you can study and learn and have fun and network on this terrific campus, but then, you know, hop on the Staten Island ferry and you're in Lower Manhattan, where all the job and internship opportunities truly lie. So, yeah.
I would say for Marist, one of the things that I just couldn't touch on in the presentation because of the 6 minutes, which is fine, is that we actually don't have students apply into any specific school. So once you're accepted into Marist, we really want to emphasize that kind of academic flexibility. Obviously, when you're 18, you have to decide what you want to do, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So we want to make it as easy as really possible for students to kind of either bounce between the schools, maybe explore different areas, or if they need to switch a major or anything like that. So yeah, that's really one of the things I wanted to make note of, is that once you're in the school, any program you want to go in, except for fashion, that's just because they need a portfolio. Any other program you could just really switch into, which is, again, emphasizing the flexibility.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for sharing more about your institutions today. I want to visit all of them. They all sound fantastic. That does conclude our session for today. So again, thank you to all of our institutions here, but also thank you for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. We have more happening right after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/CASDANY. That's strivescan.com/CASDANY. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and good luck in your college search.